What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Episode 9 of the Ask Keto Savage Show. It has been a long time since I've put one of these out. So much so that I just recorded this for the second time because I forgot to hit play the first time. That's how rusty I am. So let's get right into it and see if I remember how to do this. Today's question is brought to us by Paul, and he asks, I've been doing keto now for 6 months. I'm cutting, trying to get under 10% body fat. My question I would like to ask, which I can't find anyone talking about, is I understand the leaner you get, the less fat you have to eat, but what is too little? What is the least amount of fat you need during a cut? Currently, Paul weighs 164. His macros are 160 protein, 65 to 85 fat, 20 carbs. If I can get the answer, this would be great. Thank you, Paul. All right, Paul, hate to break it to you, man. You've been doing keto for 6 months, but you've not been doing keto for 6 months. Your macronutrient profiles are basically inverse of what they should be. Right now, you said you're taking in 160 grams of protein and 65 to 85 fat. You basically need to flip those completely around and take in about 160 fat and 65 to 85 protein. Common mistake. That's going to make a world of difference for you, I assure you. That could be like the simplest fix right there to any of these questions. But yeah, and as far as what's too little fat to be consuming while you're cutting, that is really based off of an individual basis. I've left my fat pretty high. Like I'm at about 170 grams of fat right now, and I'm about 5% body fat. So you kind of have to do trial and error and see what works best for you. Kind of see what your ratios look best at and work best at and what you feel best at. But I mean, you can probably keep your fat really high and continue to lose body fat. I would decrease your protein more so than your fat, because fat's muscle sparing. You're not going to really have to worry about losing muscle while you're doing a cut on keto, even if your protein is low. Right now, my protein is 90 grams a day, which I tell it to other bodybuilders and they just like mind blown. They can't fathom having protein that low, but I haven't lost any muscle and I feel really great. So to go into your question specifically, your macronutrient profiles basically need to be switched. Right now you're consuming much more protein than fat. You need to flip that around and consume much more fat than protein. I would shoot for about 70 to 80, sometimes even 85% of your daily macronutrient profile come from a healthy fat source. Your protein can be as low as 10 to 15, 20, 25% is kind of pushing the higher echelon there. But yeah, that's what I would do. Right now, you're basically using glucose as a fuel source. Even though your carbs are at 20 grams, your body is taking that excess protein you're getting in and very inefficiently creating glucose from that using a process called gluconeogenesis. So you probably feel terrible right now, honestly, because you're not getting glucose efficiently and you're not using ketones for fuel. So I would definitely recommend swapping those around, getting that fat much higher than the protein, leaving the carbs where they're at 20, and you should feel significantly better, have much better workouts, much more energy, much more mental clarity. So thank you very much, Paul. You requested a Keto Adaptive Performance Manual ebook. Check your inbox. I'll send you a link for a free copy of that. And then he would like to have y'all have me shout out his social channel, tongue twister, Diggy2000K with a capital D. So check out Paul there. Yeah, I appreciate it, Paul. Swap those around. Let me know what you think. Should feel much better. Follow up with me and let me know how that works for you, man. All right, y'all take care. See you next time.